Okay, so now we've finished MSP and defeated Mr. Stone. We now have the run ability, so now we need to go back and grab the cages in Twilight Gulch we haven't quite gotten yet. So if we go into Twilight Gulch now, when you first spawn in, you just want to do a running jump to the left. Just hold circle and you'll run and fall down to the very bottom of the screen here. And then as you're falling, hold right to get to the right part of the screen. So these spikes here, we want to do a damage boost. Just crawl underneath them. And then as you're about to get to the incline, just hold back and hold left and do a damage boost and keep running off till you get past these second set of spikes. Here, depending on what sort of speed fish you have, you can either do a jump punch when you spawn in the cloud, and it will get the cage as you're jumping up. If you've got a speed fist like we do now, you need to spawn in the cage and then jump punch the cage. Otherwise, you'll miss it with the speed fist. So once you've done that cage, jump up onto these clouds and then just run to the left. Keep running, jump up here and then grab this extra cage and then jump off to the right and grab these cages. You want to be grabbing these speed fists as well. They just help with the rings. They make them a little bit faster as well. So after grabbing this cage, you just want to run off to the left and grab these rings, making your way back up over the golem. Just do a running jump to grab the rings a little bit quicker. Jump over this golem here and carry on running off to the right, and drop down to this pit here. And here, usually that cage won't be there, but you want to just run and jump over the golem. You can do a small helicopter if you've got low health and you want to play it safe. But just grab that small P, run off to the right, and then do a running jump to get that cage and land on the cloud. And then once you've got that cage, just jump all the way up to the top here. And this is quite a difficult jump, so you're going to want to practice it before doing runs, but do a quick small running jump and then helicopter, and then as your helicopter's running out, just grab the ring and you should make it. You want to try this a few times, but you eventually get the feeling for it. So there's two things you can do. You can just jump and hang straight away, but if you do miss that hang, you can just punch the ring a load of times and get extra height from that ring. If you don't want to do that straight away, just do a few swings and then prepare yourself to do a quick punch jump up there. So once you've actually made it up here, you want to run all the way to the right because another cage is going to spawn in. As you're falling, just punch so you get the cage straight away without having to punch it twice. And then hold left and jump and run at the same time, and you can do a damage boost to be a bit quicker. If you don't make it, just kill the golems, then jump down and see whatever is easier for you. But you can just do it like that. Run off to the right. Two strats here. You have to fall to your death now, but as you're falling, you want to grab the cage. So we need to make it over this golem. You can either just damage on the golem and then grab the ring if you've got enough help. If not, just quickly kill the golem. As like this, and grab that ring and speed lock all the way down to the right to get down there a little bit quicker, and then punch it as you're falling. Just fall down here. It's not too hard to time, and then once you spawn in, just run off to the left and exit the level. The cages will stay once you've exited the level. Okay, so now we've grabbed the cages from Twilight Gulch. We now need to do the two levels we skipped earlier because they're a lot faster to do with run. So you just want to make your way over to Gong Heights. And enter the level. As you're spawning in here, you just want to hold run and right at the same time, and then do a small jump onto these bongos, and then jump up onto the clouds, and you can quickly make it. And then once you're up here, just do a small jump onto this cloud, and it'll spawn in the cage off to the left. So just drop down here and punch that cage. And once you've got that cage here, so this part of the level is a lot easier if you do it fast. If you're doing it slow, you miss all these cycles, and it becomes a lot harder. So once you've got that cage, just run to the right here and just do a running jump with helicopter. Or it depends on how fast you do it, but sometimes you need a helicopter, sometimes you don't. Most of the time you just do a running jump and land on the bongos and then just jump off them again. And just carry on going on the screen here, and then carry on jumping over to these next set of bongos, helicoptering here, jumping on that cloud, and then jumping on this cycle here. If you just do it all in one go, you always hit this cloud cycle. Practice it a few times, you'll notice how easy it is and how easy it is to catch that cycle. You'll notice it's a lot harder if you do try and take it slow. So once you come up here, the cloud's going to go up. You want to do a helicopter jump onto the cloud here to get max height and land on these bongos here, and then do a running jump off to the left, and that should spawn in a cage once you do a small jump there. Grab that cage, and it also spawned in a cage off down to the bottom right. So you can do a running jump off this flute and holding right. And you'll jump down here and just hit this cage here. You'll always get enough speed and just drop down. So at this point here, you want to do another small helicopter jump just to make sure you get max height, and hold right while helicoptering once you're up max height, and just come over to these clouds here. So this section, we're going to take it a little bit slower. You can go faster, but it's easier if you go a bit slower. So just carry on running off to the jump hit, here and get onto this cloud. Just jump up onto these and just wait till these bongo drums to go all the way down. Wait for them to jump back up and just go on to the next section. Just take it nice and slow on this bit here, and then wait for the monk to spread his arms again to jump up into these blue orbs. And then once again, if he's spread them out, just do a running jump over and spawn in this cage on this flute. Be careful, these anti-tunes above your head. It's quite easy to do take damage from them, so you just want to do a small tap jump when jumping up. And then once they're safe to jump, just jump up onto these bongos here, and this is where you want to go fast again. So just run jump onto these bongos. As we're going to show here how the cycle would actually look. So jump onto these chocoballs, jump over into these, just do small jumps and helicopter jumps when you need to, and come over here, duck underneath this flute. As you're going under, just get ready to do a running jump again and jump all the way off over to these moving chocoballs. Then as the chocoball spreads itself going up, you can do a running jump onto this orb and always be on its head at this point. So as you land, just do another jump and you'll easily make it to the cloud. So this screen here is just an auto scroller. There's not really much you can speed it up. You just want to make sure you don't die avoiding the lightning. So you'll come up with your own strats here. Just take it nice and slow and just carry on walking off to the right and doing running jumps where you need to clear the gaps. And just make sure you're prepared to what's going to come. The best way to do this screen is just to practice it a bunch of times until you learn what everything is and the timings, and then just do the same thing every single time. And just making sure you're punching these anti-tunes and avoiding the lightning. You eventually just get a feel for what everything is and it becomes super easy and a nice screen to relax to. There's a few cages we need to grab on the screen, so just grab the one at the bottom here. On this platform here, it's just easier just to kill the anti-tune and then wait for the drum to hit down and then go. And then just carry on waiting and wait as long as possible on this jump just so the anti-tune's in a good spot and the lightning's not going to hit you as you land. Same again here, just wait for the anti-tune to be in a safe spot and wait for the lightning to shoot just so he doesn't shoot you as you land again, and just keep killing these anti-tunes. And then really at the end of the level here, just do a running jump and helicopter, you can make it to the end sign. So now we've finished Gong Heights, we can make our way to Mr. Sax. This is a bit of a unique level. We don't actually have to finish level, we just need to grab the cage and then take the back sign. So as you spawn in, just run off to the right down here and just keep running all the way down here. You do a small little automatic jump there, grab the fairy. If you time it right, you want to do a small jump, you can grab that life. If you don't need the life and you have a lot of health, you can just do a jump and then helicopter to go off to the right quite fast. If not, just run manually and jump all the way over to here. And then you want to jump up into these small little platforms. Keep to the left of the platforms to avoid hanging. It's just a bit quicker when you're climbing up there. So once you've made it up to here, so now we can do a trick called speed storage. Essentially all you want to do is run off to the left without jumping and you'll land on this platform here. So now we're in a special state where we have speed storage. You want to avoid doing any running jumps. Otherwise you'll lose it, or like jumping against the platform will also lose it. There's more detailed instructions on how to speed storage works and how not to lose it in the actual movement guide, but at the moment we have the state of the speed storage, so the easiest way to keep it at this point is just to walk off this platform and grab the cage, then jump back up without running onto the second platform to the left, and then do a jump helicopter to this small platform bongo here. So when you land on this platform, you now want to do a running jump, and as you're about to fall off the platform, you just want to do a jump and you'll keep all your speed. It'll look something like this, land on that platform and then do the exact same thing again and just helicopter when you're high in the air, and you'll go all the way off to the left. It'll look something like this if you do it all in one go. And then do a helicopter and you'll make your way over here. So now we don't need to worry about keeping speed storage, and we don't need it anymore. So once you've landed here, just jump to the left and you'll spawn in the cage. Be careful of the lightning here. If you go, there we go. Spawn in the cage, go to the right, and then you'll get the cage here. So now you just want to walk off to the left and fall back down, and you'll land on some slippery platforms. Just go up a little bit and then run off to the right and make you all the way to the right side of the screen again. So here we don't want to jump on the small platforms anymore, we want to do a clip. There's two ways of doing a clip. There's one where you just spam it loads of times, we'll try it a couple of times, but you essentially hold down and keep spamming the crawl button and you can sometimes clip. This is just purely RNG if you get it or not. yeah, so like as you can see, it's quite hard to get with the spam method. The other method you can do is just to hold right and then duck a frame after holding right, and you can clip through this platform like that and get down to the cage. There we go. On this cage here, you don't want to do a punch jump, because you can sometimes jump and clip yourself back in bounds above your head. You can punch as you fall, but if you're not prepared for it, just do a quick double punch and you'll grab the cage. So now we've got that cage, you want to drop down, do a hang. You can grab that P for a small helicopter if you need the help, or you can just go off to the right. Go to the right as possible because you want the most speed, and then we're just going to run off to the left. And then duck on these ones here, then turn right and do a fist boost to get some extra speed, and then hold left and then go off to the left here. A bit like how we did the Allegro speed boosts. So make your way up here, come down to the right, and grab this last fairy. We want to be big Rayman for this bit, so grab that fairy. Because we just grabbed that fairy as well, he won't activate straight away. We just want to crawl back to the left, and we'll have time to make it. Jump on these clouds as quick as possible just by doing small running jumps, and grab that cage here. So we've got another clip here. There's once again two methods. You can either do a spamming punch, the fist boost, and then do a spamming duck clip, or you can just do because there's so many times you can clip here, the easier way in my opinion is just to hold left and keep ducking with speed while running, and you just have like 10 attempts on every single time you can clip here. You can kind of get the hang of it, you kind of get a feeling for it. If you can't get a feeling for it, then just do the spam strat. But it's quite easy because you have so many attempts to do it, and you eventually just get the hang of it. And if you just do the running method here, you'll clip down here. You kind of want enough speed. If you're not going to have enough speed, you want to make sure you land on these bongos. If you're not going to make it, or you can't land on these bongos, just press right to damage boost to the left, and then run all the way to the left to jump back onto the clouds like this. Then run to the left. As you're falling off this platform on the left hand side, you just want to punch. This will make the Moskito on the right hand side duck, and then you just need to jump past him. If you don't do that, he's going to be all aggro and you can't get past without killing him. So that punch is really important on the left hand side, and then just do a running punch to grab that cage and jumping over the Moskito. So here is another small jump you want to do. You just want to do it early, because if you just run late, do a running jump late on this platform, you'll do an auto jump and not make it. So jump a little bit early as we do here, and then helicopter across, and then we just want to carry on making our way off to the right here. There's a P we can grab if you're on low health. If you're on, I'd grab this P just in case, to be honest with you, because if you're on low health, this bit can be tricky because we want to do a few damage boosts here. So you can either kill this anti-tune here, or we can take damage from the anti-tune and do a running jump. But essentially, we want to set up speed storage. We do that just by doing what we did there. Whilst running down that slope, you just do a small tap jump to land on this symbol, and then like before, we have speed storage set up. Now, once again, if you're finding it hard to set up or understand it, just check out our movement tutorial guide, and it explains it in more detail. But once we've got speed storage, we want to go back onto the symbol, go all the way up to the right so it starts moving on its own, duck, and then just once the symbol stops by this cloud, do a walking jump and jump onto this platform. Make sure you do a walking jump, so if you do a running jump, you'll lose speed storage, and we need that for a revisited level coming up next. So once you've jumped off that symbol, make your way up these rings just by doing swings like that. And then grab the last cage off to the right here, and you want to walk off the platform on the left hand side without running again, and just kill yourself. Make sure you don't run off this platform, otherwise you will lose speed storage, and then walk off to the left to exit the level. So now we've exited out of Mr. Sax, we now have speed storage still on the world map. So the first that we want to go to is Moskito Nest. It's a lot quicker way to get this cage here, so enter the level. Remember not to do any rolling jumps or anything like that, otherwise you'll lose the speed storage. But as you spawn in, just run to the right. And once you've reached this plum, stop completely without jumping, and then just do a walking jump onto this plum. And as you're about to leave this plum on the very far right, just keep running, and you'll notice you'll get a boost of speed. So jump at that point, and then helicopter to this vine, and then helicopter to the next vine, and then you can jump all the way up. And if you run, once you're up here, we want to do a death abuse, so take some damage. If you're not too comfortable, take late damage at a later point, but keep running to the left. Take damage from this hunter, hit the cage, and then kill yourself with the hunter. If for some reason you don't have speed storage when you jump off the plum, there's not much you can do. You just want to do it the casual way. So it just involves punching the plum into the water. As we can see here, we can just quickly no-clip to speed this up. But just make your way through here, keep going all the way to the right, keep going to the right, keep more, keep going to the right, up here. So at this point here, you just want to punch this plum, ride the plum by punching off and jumping on it, and then jump onto this vine at the top here. And then you just want to go all the way to the left, avoiding damage because it's quite a long way to go. Keep going left until you make it to the cage. So at this point you can just run off and get these rings. They just spawn in when you jump into the air. Keep going all the way to the left, and eventually you'll make it back to where we just were, get the cage and do another death abuse. And once you've died, there's one more cage we need to get in this level. So as you spawn in, hold jump into the left and you'll jump up onto this tree, jump to the right, spawn in the cage, make your way down again, and then just get the cage on the way down. And then exit the level, and that's all the cages in Moskito's Nest. Okay, so the next level we want to go to is Plink Mountain Woods. This is just to finish up the cages in this level. We have to finish the whole level again just because not all the cages are on the first screen. So you just want to run all the way to the right here and get to the end of the screen as quick as possible. Just keep running, jumping, jump up onto these platforms, and then jump off and get the end sign. So now we're on the second screen. Just want to keep running and jumping to the right, making your way up here. We keep jumping to the right. There's a hunter coming up here. You can either try and jump over him or do damage boost, or you can wait and kill him, depending on your HP. But grab the cage, and they'll be alive after the hunter, so you can take damage and grab full health again. Keep running to the right, and there's another cage coming up here. Grab that, and then you just want to run straight off this platform, and you'll land on a vine. Jump over to the next vine, and punch that into the water like that. Jump onto the plum, and then charge your fist. If you're worried the prawns are going to be in the way, just wait and go past the prawn and then charge your fist and grab that cage and then jump back up onto the vine and exit the level. So on this final screen here, these cages won't be here because we've already gotten them. We just want to get to the end of the level as quick as possible. Just keep raking your way to the right, jumping over the enemies, punching the piranha, and then jump up here and carry on running to the right. Like I said, none of these cages will actually be here because we've already gotten them. So just keep running to the right, making your way, jumping over these hammers, duck under here, and then jump past the vine, and then get to the end sign. That trick we just did there, you have the helicopter at the right moment. If you hang, just quickly jump on the vine and then jump back down. So now we've done that level, we want to make our way over to Anguish Lagoon, off to the right here. This is a very quick level, so if we enter the level here, as we spawn in, we just want to run to the right, jump over this water here and do a helicopter. If you can sometimes punch it like that. If you don't get that trick, just wait for the hunter to shoot his hammer and then kill the hunter, and then grab the cage. Or you can just jump over the hunter, grab the life and the cage at the same time, and then jump back over him, and then make your way back over here. You can be quite quick here. If you just do a running jump when you're on this platform after killing this hunter here, you can just jump straight up onto here, jump up onto this platform, and then jump to the left, swing, grab this cage, and then land on the tree. Once you land on the tree, you want to run off to the left to spawn in another cage, and then as you fall, punch that cage, and then run to the right and exit the level, and that'll be all the revisits done, and we'll have all the cages.